Dear students, welcome to a fresh edition of Learning through Distance Mode. Today, I will do a very interesting topic here. Students, you know, communicative English has become a very significant part of our life. We cannot think of leading a life without active communication. That is why your book 3 has been designed keeping in view the needs of the students to establish themselves in different fields. Today, we will be doing one section of your book 3, which is called reporting of events, incidents and business matter. Now, let me explain to you what does this reporting of events, incidents and business matter mean. I will try to give you a few examples. Suppose you are all college students. There is a theft of mobile in the college and the principal has been intimated about this particular incident. Okay? So, the principal will ask the monitor or the principal will ask the secretary of the college to give a report. So, this is reporting of an incident. Then suppose your college has organized a blood donation camp or your college has organized a Saraswati Puja. So, the principal will ask you, since you have organized the Saraswati Puja, how exactly you have organized it? You just write and give a detailed report to me. So, this is an example of reporting of events. And finally, coming to the last part, that is reporting of business matters. Reporting of business matters means reports related to business transaction. So, we will be doing these three things simultaneously: reporting of events, reporting of incidents and finally, business matter. So, now the first question that you need to ask yourself, what is a report and why there is a necessity to write a report? The answer to this question is very simple. A report is an account of events and incidents, which I have explained to you right now. Sometimes a report is a compilation of data and information. Reports can be presented verbally or through writing. I will come to the third part, because the first two parts I have explained to you already. Reports can be presented verbally or through writing. Just imagine a one-day match taking place somewhere in Wankhedi. In Wankhedi stadium, a one-day match is taking place and you see Harsh Bogle, they are right on the field with the mic in his hand, and what does he say? I am Harsh Bogle reporting from Wankhedi stadium and you are in to watch a very exciting match between India and Pakistan. So, even you can call this a report. I will give you one more example. Suppose something has happened somewhere and a team has sent its own people to collect a report, and those people for that news agency, they will send the report from the ground and they will say, suppose someone will say, I am X, Y and Z reporting from Cuttack. So, this is an example of how a report can be verbally presented. So, now let me tell you different examples of reports. You know, right from your childhood, you all have carried school report. Just the day before your summer vacation, the principal calls you and he hands you over a piece of paper. You feel either very excited or you feel very nervous, because this report contains what? This report contains your achievement in different examinations at school. Then second, pathological report. Pathological report, if you fall sick, if you go to a doctor, the doctor will immediately send you to a pathologist. You get your blood or you get your sputum or you get your urine examined. Okay? So, the pathologist, after collecting the sample, will in the evening give you a report. So, the report contains information about the disease you are suffering from. Then official report to be submitted before the higher authority. I have given you example. So, suppose my principal tells me to write a report on something. Okay, I will collect information, write the report and finally submit it before him. And finally, another type of report is business report, which we have just explained. Project reports are not meant for you if you do higher studies. Okay, if you join an MBA school, a business school, Then their project reports are very important. And lastly, annual report. Annual report means when the school is holding a function and there you are asked to read a report of the achievement of your school throughout the year. So, that report is called an annual report. So, here I am giving you a few more tips on report writing. When do you write a report? This is a very important question. Remember, you cannot write a report on anything and give it to Mr. X and Y, X, Y or Z, and you tell him, sir, I have written a report. The first question he will ask you. So, you cannot write a report and present it before X, Y or Z. The first question he will ask you, have I ever told you to write a report? Naturally, your answer will be no. So, when do you write a report? You write a report only when you are instructed, directed or requested by someone to write a report. When you are writing a report, always refer to the source. That means the person who has asked you to write the report. In my case, I will tell you my principal has told me to write the report. Then third important thing is mention the medium with which you have been directed or requested. You may be given the instruction either through a telephone or through a letter or even through a formal discussion. Sometimes your authority will call you one day to his chamber, hold a discussion with you, okay, and ask you to write a report. That means, it means you are told by your authority to write a report on the basis of a formal discussion. So, when you are writing a report, give a brief description of the process adopted by you. If at all you have written the report, what you have done to write the report, how you have collected data, how you have collected information and how you have compiled those data and information to write a report. And the most important part of your report, almost that is the soul of your report, you mention your findings on the report. And finally, the last part is you give a suggestion at the end of the report. So, these are some of the tips which every student needs to remember when he is writing a report. And I have told you some reports are meant to be read out before an audience on a special occasion, the example being the annual report. So, when you are writing an annual report, sometimes students get questions. You are the secretary of your school, read out an annual report before the chief guest. So, in that case, what you have to do? You have to begin the annual report addressing the distinguished persons on the dais. Distinguished person means the chief guest, the chief speaker, your principal, the honorable guest. So, you have to address them. Then you give a brief introduction of yourself. You are the secretary, you are the president. So, you have to introduce yourself. Then mention the list of activities undertaken by your institution and mention the list of achievements by your institution. How many students have secured more than 90%, how many students have cracked joint entrance examination, how many students have got through IIT examinations, how many students have qualified through NEET. So, these are all your achievements. Okay. Then you may mention the individual achievement of any member of your institution. Suppose one of your teachers has been recently awarded a PhD degree. So, you can felicitate him and you can mention his name there in your report. And finally, you can mention the setbacks or obstacles that your institution is facing. Suppose there are no adequate classrooms, there are no adequate number of staff in your college, there is scarcity, acute scarcity of water in your college. Okay. So, these are all setbacks or obstacles. And finally, you conclude your report thanking everyone present there in the meeting. So, this is how you can write your annual report, which is meant to be presented before an audience. Then let me just give you one example. Suppose one day your principal calls you and your principal tells you that, look, very shortly you had organized a blood donation camp. Now, you do one thing, you write a report and present it before me. So, what you have to do as the secretary, you will write a a report on blood donation camp. Now, who has asked you to write the report? the principal has asked you to write the report. Okay. How did he tell you to write the report? He called you to his room, he had a discussion with you, then he told you to write the report. When did he ask you to submit the report? He asked you to submit the report within 7 days. Okay. So, now the report will be addressed to whom? Naturally, the report has to be addressed to the principal. Okay. So, now a report writing is always done using a formal letter format. So, on the top left hand side you write your own address. So, you write XYZ, then say lane number 26, then you name the plot, then you give the name of the area, and finally, the zip code and the district. And below that you write the address of the person to whom the report is going to be addressed. So, you write to the principal XYZ college, then you give the name of that area and the zip code, then you write subject, a subject on the blood donation camp held in our college during the last puja vacation. That is the subject. You write SUB, then put a colon mark and you write the subject. Then after writing the subject, what you have to do? You have to come to the body of the report. You write sir, put a comma there, as discussed in the meeting held in your chamber last Thursday, I submit herewith the report on the blood donation camp which was organized by our college during the last puja vacation. The blood donation camp was inaugurated by the CDMO of Puri district. Nearly 60 students participated in this blood donation camp and donated blood. After they donated their blood, the blood was then taken to the Red Cross Society for storage. The students were supplied with nutritious food. The principal was invited to attend the closing ceremony, and finally, you will write, sir, blood donation camps are held for a very noble purpose, and I hope these camps should be organized regularly by our college for the overall development of this institution. So, this is how you write a report. Now, again let me remind you, in the report what did you write? You refer to the source, that means the work given to you. What was the task given to you? The task was writing a report on blood donation camp. Then how was it given to you? It was given to you by the principal through a verbal discussion. What did you write in that report? You wrote when the blood donation camp was held in your college. Then you wrote, this is most important thing, how did you organize the blood donation camp? Then you wrote what? Then you wrote who were the people who participated in the blood donation camp, and finally, you just gave your suggestion that blood donation is held for a very noble cause. So, that is why blood donation camps should be held regularly. So, this is an example of a formal report which you write when you are asked to write one. Okay. So, now sometimes suppose the collector will call the Tahsildar and he will ask the Tahsildar to write a report on scarcity of water in a particular village. The Tahsildar will visit that village, talk to the people, and after that accordingly he will write the report. Now, who will this report be addressed to? Definitely to the collector. So, naturally the address of the Tahsildar will be given always on the left. Keep everything left aligned. Why? Why you have to keep everything left aligned? Because most of the reports, most of the letters nowadays are written with the help of computer. So, the cursor of the computer always blinks on the right side, and since we write so many reports every day, we do not have the time to tap on the space bar to bring it to the right side. So, that is why keep everything left aligned. So, you give the address of the Tahsildar, then who is the report addressed to? The report will be addressed to the collector. You write to the collector and district magistrate, okay, Puri, and you give the zip code. Subject, an inquiry into the scarcity of drinking water. So, now you write, sir, as requested by you, write your letter number 2031 dated 25 August 2019. I have conducted an inquiry and I know the people in that area are facing scarcity of water. So, immediate steps may be taken to provide the people with fresh drinking water. So, we have discussed reports in general. Now, to be more specific, we will discuss how to write a business report. As I have told you, business reports are basically related to business transactions. Business reports are based on surveys. Okay. So, now what is the purpose of a business report? A business report is an evaluation of a particular issue, a set of circumstances or financial operations that relate to the performance of a business. That means, how a business is doing. Its main purpose is to communicate relevant information succinctly and efficiently. It is often written in response to a task assigned by an executive of a company. So, this I have highlighted, assigned by an executive of a company. Basically, for +2 students, we will discuss those reports which are assigned by business executives, and the reports we are going to discuss today are all survey based reports, because we are actually doing a very limited portion of report writing. Report writing is a very vast area and you will almost do all these things if you study or if you pursue a course in professional writing. So, we are doing a very limited segment here. So, now what are the contents of a business report? Basically, in a business report, you have to write about the background. Background means the purpose behind the report. Then you refer to the task assigned to you, what was the work given to you. Then the third thing is, inside a business report, you have to mention who gave you the task. Then why and how, why the task was given to you and how was it given to you. In the second part, you write about the methodology. We call it modus operandi. Okay. Modus operandi means mode of doing something. So, if you explain methodology, then we can say what method was employed by you. Is it a door-to-door survey, or is it an opinion poll through SMS, or is it an opinion poll through internet. Then in that paragraph also you will write the findings, okay, what you have finally found, that means the result of your survey. And in the last paragraph you will write the recommendation, your views or your suggestions. So, there are some additional tips that I would like to give you. Use the letterhead of the company or the institution you are representing. Write the name, designation and address of the report writer. Then use official letter writing format. Now, letterhead of the company, naturally every company has got the own letterhead. Okay. You can call it a writing pad in simple words. So, in the letterhead the identity of the company will be there, the name of the company will be there. Then after that you also write the name, designation and the address of the report writer. That means you are writing the report, so you have to write your own name, your own designation and your own address. Then you write the name, designation and address of the person before whom the report is to be submitted. Okay. You are going to submit a report before another business executive, so you write his address there. So, you always use official writing format. So, these are some additional tips. So, this may not be visible to you, I am showing you the format of a report. Here you have your own address, that is ABC Home Products Private Limited, 26 Andheri East, Mumbai 450001. That is your own address. Suppose you are writing the report, that is your own address. Then below that I have given the phone number, and near the phone number, though it is not visible, if you just look very intently you can find an email ID. Then below that I have given the name, the number and the date, and below that I have written the address of the person to whom this report is to be submitted. So, I have written here to the managing director, XYZ Marketing Agency, Pilgrim Road, Cuttack 731001. Then below that I have just made space for colon. Then below that I have written sir. After writing sir, I have put a comma. then I have kept some space for the body of the report, and after completing the report you can write regards and you can write your own name. I have written a name here, it is an imaginary name, P. Patnaik, and the designation of the report writer, that is a senior executive director. So, now how do we make a division of a report? We make a paragraph wise division. First paragraph refers to the previous correspondence related to your report. It also refers to the task assigned to you. In second paragraph, you can write about your mode of operation and your findings, and the third paragraph you can write the recommendation. So, here it is a specimen. I am reading out the specimen for you, a specimen of a business report. This is a business report, okay, which has been written by ABC, which has been it is a business report which has been submitted before ABC Home Products Private Limited, 26 Andheri East, Mumbai. Then the number is given, date is given, okay. Then to before whom you are submitting the report, okay. So, there below that we have written subject, and let us go to the content of the report. So, what I have written here? Remember, you have to reproduce almost identical things while writing a report. I have written, sir, as requested by you, vide your letter number 2130 dated 25 August 2020, we have conducted a survey to know people's response to the new brand of mosquito repellent you are planning to launch in the market. A team comprising of 30 young sales executives conducted an extensive market survey covering 1000 families living in urban areas to know consumers' requirements and preferences. Our survey tells us that nearly 70% of the population use mosquito repellents and 30% use mosquito nets. Those who use mosquito repellents are not happy with the available products because the coil based mosquito repellents emit too much smoke, which is harmful to human body, and electronics mosquito repellent are too expensive for the lower middle class group. Hence, people prefer a smokeless mosquito repellent at a moderate price. If you launch a smokeless mosquito repellent and adds a pleasant aroma to it, then it will certainly be the first choice of the consumers. Regards, P. Patnaik, Senior Marketing Executive. Now, how we have made the division? Let us discuss here. So, we have just now discussed a specimen of a business report. Now, when we are discussing the specimen, if you have noticed how the divisions we have made, I have told you, I have discussed this time and again. In the first part, I have made the division as per the source, then what was the work given to you, then in the second part, how did you do the work, then after that I have given you, I have discussed the findings, and the most important part is I have discussed also the solutions, okay, or my own opinion about the prospect of the sale of this particular mosquito repellent. So, dear students, when you are writing a business report, always remember, or for that whenever you are writing any kind of report, always try to divide a report into 3 parts. Okay. In the first part, you mention the work given to you and how was it given to you. In the second part, how did you do the work and what are your findings, and finally, in the last part, you give your own solution. Okay. Suppose somebody has asked for a loan from a bank. I will just take 2 more minutes to wind it off. Somebody has asked for a loan from a bank. Now, the branch manager of that bank will send a field officer. Now, the field officer will go to the house of that person and conduct an inquiry. Okay. After conducting an inquiry, he will submit a report of his inquiry before whom? Before the branch manager. So, he will write the letter to the branch manager, State Bank of India, Bhubaneswar, Puri. Then he will write a report on an inquiry made regarding sanctioning of loan to Mr. A. Patnaik to build a house of his own. Then he will write, sir, as requested by you, write your letter number. Remember, this is very important, write your letter number this. Then dated, you give a date, dated this. I have conducted an inquiry. I went to the house of Mr. Patnaik in person, examined all the documents. Okay. From the examination of the documents, I have found that Mr. Patnaik works as a clerk in a particular government office. He draws a monthly salary of 50,000 per month. He has got no other loan standing against his name. Mr. Patnaik is a genuine buyer, I think. So, the loan may be advanced to him. So, this is how, keeping the format in mind, we write reports. Report writing can be very exciting, and if you just write a proper report using the format, then you will get very good marks. In our previous session, we have discussed how to write business reports and journal reports, but in this session we will be doing how to write newspaper reports. You will find a photo here. The photo shows you a bundle of newspapers. Early in the morning, your father sometimes feels restless when the newspaper hawker delays the delivery of a newspaper. Why does he feel restless? What is there in a newspaper? What does your father want to get from the newspaper? Something that makes him so restless. Now, let us discuss why newspapers are so important in our life, and secondly, how to write a newspaper report. So, now here I am showing you the clip of a very famous newspaper, The Hindu, and here there is a news item which is called telemedicine needed for rural populace. But now before that, let us discuss here what do we find inside a newspaper. Inside a newspaper, we find international news, that means things happening in other countries. Sometimes we get national news, things happening in our country. Sometimes we get local news, that means things happening within Odisha. Then there are news on politics, sports, weather, and classified. Classified means short advertisements. We also get interviews and entertainment. Something has happened in Bollywood. Sometimes an eminent author has given an interview. A political person has given his resignation. India has won the World Cup. It may rain heavily for 2 days due to a depression formed on the Bay of Bengal. Then there are classifieds. You want to buy a camera, you want to sell a wristwatch, you want to purchase a plot of land. So, all these things are called classifieds. So, inside a newspaper you will get all these things. What is the format of a newspaper report? Now, we will discuss what is the format of a newspaper report. A newspaper report always begins with a headline. Then what is a headline? A headline is a descriptive title which expresses the content of the report. Now, let me explain to you what exactly a headline means in detail. Now, dear students, head is the most important part of our body. If somebody chops off our head, it becomes very difficult for us to identify the person. Similarly, without a headline, it will become very difficult for someone to know what is there in a newspaper report. So, that is why headlines are very important. Then the next part is the byline. Byline means the name of the person or the name of the reporter who is writing the newspaper report. After the headline and the byline, you mention the place and the date. Place here means the place where the event or the incident has taken place. Now, remember, this is the most important part because sometimes the students get it absolutely wrong. Whenever you are mentioning the place, always refer to the name of the district headquarter town. Why the name of the district headquarter town? Because we have to make the place known to the audience. The audience should know that place. Okay, something has happened somewhere in a remote area. It becomes difficult for the reader to know where that place is located. So, that is why you have to mention the name of the district headquarter town. Then after that you give the date, any date, and after that you write the content of a newspaper. While writing the content of a newspaper, there are a few things that you need to remember. Inside the content, right now I am discussing the content. Inside the content, you write first what has happened, how it has happened, where it has happened, and when it has happened. So, when we are writing a newspaper report has to be divided into, remember this is very important, a newspaper report has to be divided into 3 parts. In the first part, you have to write what has happened, then where it has happened and when it has happened. All these things are to be written in the first part. That means that will make one paragraph. Then in the second part, you will write how it has happened. This paragraph will be descriptive. That means you will at least write some 4 to 5 sentences in that paragraph describing how that particular incident has happened. Third paragraph may not be mandatory, but if you feel like writing, if you have got the command over the language, then you can write the third paragraph. In the third paragraph, you have to give your own opinion, and sometimes as a reporter, you also collect opinion of the people who are standing nearby witnessing the whole event. So, you can ask them, you can take their views. So, this is how we write a newspaper report, dividing it into 3 chunks or 3 segments. What are they? In the first segment, we write what has happened, where it has happened and when it has happened. In the second segment, that means in the second paragraph, we write how it has happened, and in the third paragraph, we write our own suggestion, or we sometimes write the suggestion of the viewers or the people who are standing there. Now, let us describe how to write a headline. Now, I have told you a headline is a descriptive title which expresses the content of a report. How to write a headline? Headline should be clear and specific, telling the reader what the story is about and can be interesting enough to draw them into reading the article. A headline can be written using 5 to 10 words at the most. A headline should be accurate and very specific. When you are writing headline, always use present tense and active verbs, but do not start with a verb. Passive structures can be used for writing headlines too. Use infinitive form of a verb for future actions. Now, headline being a very important part, I am describing right now how to write a headline. When you are writing a headline, you try to just create a very brief expression. You cannot write a complete sentence when you are writing a headline. There are 3 different ways of writing a headline. Sometimes you can write a headline using an active structure, like the chief minister inaugurates a bridge, like a steward finds a snake inside a plane. Sometimes also you can write headline using a passive structure, bridge inaugurated by CM, snake found in a fruit basket, 3 persons killed in bus accident, 5 persons injured due to a road landslide. So, these are different ways through which you can write a headline. So, while writing a headline, let me repeat once again, dear students, you have to be very clear, you have to be very specific and give your 100% to make the headline catchy, so that the moment somebody just puts his eye on the headline, he will feel tempted to read the news. Now, after that, I will give some examples of some catchy headlines. Here are these examples. One is convention to create jobs. This is one example of a headline. Crackdown on trafficking. This is yet another example on headline. Earthquake rocks China. Then 5 passengers killed in bus accident. Then the last one is very funny. Conscientious thief leaves half a pumpkin for the owner. Then I am giving you a few more examples of a catchy headline. Miracle kills 60. Safety meeting ends in accident. Students cook and serve grandparents. State museum full of history. Goat accused of robbery. These are very interesting headlines. Why I discussed these headlines? Because these headlines are very catchy and interesting, and these headlines will tempt somebody to read the entire news item. Now, let us discuss what is there in the body of a newspaper report. I have told you a newspaper report normally consists of 2 to 3 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you have to answer 3 questions. This is something I have given hints before. Question number 1 is what has happened, question number 2 is where it has happened, and question number 3 is when it has happened. But apart from these 3 questions, you can also use a few WH questions like why it has happened, okay, who is responsible for it, or who has made it happen. So, you can also use who and why. Because you have to write the paragraph within 150 words and you have to confine the paragraph only to 3 paragraphs, that is why we are just discussing the 3 basic questions, which are what has happened, where it has happened, and when it has happened. So, now say in the second paragraph, I have told you, you have to describe how it has happened. So, this paragraph will be a bit descriptive. So, you have to at least write 4 to 5 sentences, and in the third paragraph, if you feel like, again let me remind you, this is not compulsory, this is not mandatory, you are all +2 students. If you feel like you have got command over the language, then you can write the third paragraph where you can give your own view or the view of the bystanders, okay, the people who are around. Now, here I will just show you a specimen, and you will see on the left side I have made some divisions, on the right side also I have made some divisions. This is a very interesting news item that you will enjoy. So, now what is the title here? Wren rescues ringtail. Ringtail happens to be the name of an animal. So, now I will not go through the entire news item, I will exceed the time limit. So, that is why I am going to the left side. So, headline here, Wren rescues ringtail. Then byline, Ollie Jones in Brisbane. Byline means where you have to write the name and the designation of the report writer. Then in the first line, 12-year-old student Gilly Wren climbed 30 feet to rescue a ring-tailed possum today. This is lead, the summary of the most important information, who and what. So, then the next part is next most important information. You have to, so here the information one after another they have been arranged. This is a very almost you can say hilarious news item, but the thing is I do not have the time to go through the entire news item. So, that is why I just made the divisions. Okay. So, how the divisions have been made? The next most important information, more details, resolution, possums are safe, well planned for their future, welfare suggested. Then the next part is less important information, and finally a resolution. This is how you make a division when you are writing a newspaper report. Remember, when you are writing a newspaper, basically you have to address 3 questions, and if possible, if you feel confident, okay, if you feel well, then you can also use questions like who, what, when, where, why and how. Now, let me read out a complete news item. This news item is about a bridge that breaks in central Java, killing 5 people and injuring 29 others. Now, look what I have written here. I have given the name of the place, that is Java. Then I have written the date here, 24 April. Then here the news item. A footbridge packed with tourists broke of a mountainous resort on Java Island on Wednesday, killing 5 people and injuring 29. The mishap took place when the footbridge collapsed under the pressure exerted by the milling crowd on its weak structure. The victims were evacuated to 3 nearby hospitals, said Shurono, an employee of the Batudan resort in central Java province, adding that they fell more than 20 meters after one of the steel cables holding the small bridge snapped. Local police chief Emron Putra Agong said 5 people were killed and 29 injured. The accident occurred as the country was enjoying a week-long holiday, making the end of the Islamic month of Ramadan, when the people traditionally flock to holiday sites. Baturandan, located 300 kilometers, that means 190 miles east of capital of Jakarta. It is one of the most popular resorts on the slopes of mountain Slamet. Okay. This is the second highest peak in Java. So, now let me tell you how I have made the division here and how your those what, how, when these questions have been answered. I have read out that paragraph to you. So, the first question, what? The answer to that question is a footbridge packed with tourists broke. Then the second question, where? At a mountainous resort on Java Island. Then the third question is when? On Wednesday. And the fourth question is how? The mishap took place when the footbridge collapsed under the pressure exerted by the milling crowd on its weak structure. I have just mentioned the outlines here. With the help of these outlines, one can build a complete news item. Remember, when you are writing a newspaper, using your own imagination, you can frame outlines. Okay? Later on, you can expand those outlines to complete sentences. Then you can get a complete newspaper report. Then I will discuss a few tasks here for you. Okay? Here I am giving you some points, and on the help of those points, I am discussing here how you can make newspaper reports. So, here is the headline. What is the headline? Let me read out the headline to you. 3 pickpockets arrested from a local train in Kolkata. So, now below that the outlines have been given. With the help of those outlines, we can write a newspaper item, newspaper report. The first point is 3 pickpockets arrested. Second point is from a local train on Monday. Third point is jewellery and cash worth 3 lakhs seized. Arrests made by the local cops, that is the fourth point. Fifth point is they acted on an information given by an informer. Then the next point is this is the third consecutive incident of the month. And the last point, police to beef up security in railway platform. I have made certain points. Now, this is a task for you. You can sit at home. In your book 3, there are plenty of such tasks. You can enlarge them to complete newspaper items. So, now let me do one for you here. So, I will write here 3 pickpockets have been arrested while robbing people from a local train near Howrah in Calcutta. Jewellery and cash worth 3 lakhs have been seized by the police. The local cops, after receiving an information from an informer, conducted the raid. These people were mostly the migrant workers from the neighboring district who normally acts as coolies in the railway platform. So, sometimes also they rob people. Now, this has become the third consecutive incident of the month and has caused much headache to the police. After sharp criticism from the people, police is likely to beef up security in the railway platforms. So, this is how I have expanded a complete newspaper, the outlines of a newspaper report to a complete newspaper report. Here is one more. Yes, let me read out the outlines first and let me expand it once again to a complete newspaper report. This is a very interesting news item. Boy kills tiger, saves sister. Then the points have been given like this: tiger killed by a tribal boy. Incident took place in Similpal Reserve, Mayurbhanj. He was collecting fuel wood in the jungle with sister. Tiger attacked sister. Boy killed the tiger with his axe. The district collector to reward the boy on the Republic Day. Dear students, let me tell you something very important. Look, in most of these cases, I have written the headlines in present tense. When you write a headline in a present tense, it has become a kind of fashion. It becomes very catchy and it becomes very attractive. But if you fail to write using present tense, sometimes also you can use a headline or you can write a headline using a passive structure, tiger killed by boy. But remember, when you are writing a headline, never use articles and auxiliaries. You cannot use a and the, like a boy kills a tiger, saves the sister. So, these articles have to be strictly avoided when you are writing the headline. This is the most important thing. So, again I have to expand these particular 5 or 6 points I have mentioned here. this is a news item regarding a boy who killed the tiger. So, let me make the necessary expansion to make it a complete news report. A tiger was killed by a tribal boy in Similpal Tiger Reserve near Mayurbhanj. The boy was collecting fuel wood in the jungle with the sister when the fierce tiger attacked the sister. The helpless boy, finding no clue, gathered all his courage and killed the tiger with his axe. This is an exemplary courage which was shown by a tribal boy living in a remote village in Mayurbhanj district. The news has reached the district collector, who has decided to reward the boy on the next Republic Day. So, now this is how we expand newspaper reports. This is how we write newspaper reports. Now, remember, dear students, writing a newspaper report is not at all a very difficult task. Always remember those three important questions like who, what, why, when. These five important questions: who, what, when, why and how. If you cannot write a newspaper report with the help of those five important questions, at least you have to answer three important questions here: what has happened, when it has happened, where it has happened and how it has happened. So, I have made the divisions. On the basis of these divisions, we basically create newspaper reports. Dear students, we have discussed today three types of reports. The first one is how to write a general report, then we have discussed how to write business report, and finally, we have discussed how to write newspaper reports. Writing a report, you normally get 10 marks, but when you write a report in correct English using correct grammatical structure, out of 10 you may get 8 or 9 marks. Writing reports can be very scoring. So, that is why when you are writing a report, dear students, remember a few things. When you are writing a report, always try to write grammatically correct sentences. Always try to remember the format of each and every report. I have told you, say journal reports and newspaper reports, journal reports and business reports, they almost have a similar kind of format, they have a similar kind of structure, but when it comes to newspaper report has got a completely different structure. Let me remind you a basic error that most of the students make. While writing a newspaper report, the students, they write to the editor, then they give the name of a particular news magazine, say maybe Times of India, maybe Hindu. Then after that they write, sir, I hereby write a report to be submitted before you for your kind perusal. These kind of writings are absolutely wrong. They are flawed types of writings. When you are writing a newspaper report, remember, always begin a newspaper report with a headline. Below the headline you give the byline. Byline, again sometimes you can omit the byline also, but below the byline you give the date and time, and after that you answer these three important questions. Then let me remind you once again how to write business reports. So, when you are writing a business report, remember the format is very important. You have to mention the things that we have discussed here. You have to mention the source. Okay. Source means who has asked you to write the report, then when he has asked you to write the report, and why and how he has asked you to write the report. Then you have to mention the mode of operation, or I call it modus operandi, that means how you have done that work. Then the next part is what are your findings, and after that if you feel like giving a solution or if you feel like giving a suggestion before winding up, you can also give a suggestion. Remember students, it all depends on you, on your own standard, on your own grasp over the language. So, this is how writing a report can be a very interesting preoccupation, and if we try hard, if we practice a lot, we can write very good reports. Thanks for listening to me with all your patience. Thank you once again.